Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and let's just get straight to it. So, sit in a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. Today I'm going to be doing this thing. I'm going to be sitting on my knees. Sitting on my knees, I don't really like to say that, but you know what I mean, this sort of hero's pose, or you can do cross-legged, you can use a block under your sit bones, or not use a block under your sit bones, it's totally up to you. Just make sure that you are comfortable, your knees do not hurt, your spine is long, and you just close the eyes softly. And as usual, just taking a few moments here to arrive to the here and the now. Letting go of everything that you've done, that you did before, and try not to think about the things you're going to do after the practice. So try to be present here and now. Already focusing on the breath, the air that goes in and out. Setting the top of the head towards the sky and the sit bones towards the center of the earth. Creating this long spine in between these two forces. Start to invite a more specific intention. You can maybe place the thumb on top of the pinky, and that's going to be your mudra for today. Jala mudra, water. So still staying in this flowy, pulsating, wavy mood that I've been lately. We're going to work again with water. Connecting with that creativity, with that fluidity, with that ability to adapt. I think it's a very, very necessary thing at the moment. How can I adapt? How can I be more like water? So those are all very nice words, but how can we access that physically? So all we try to do here, or what I'm trying to build here with this class, is to be a certain way physically, so that hopefully, because for me that's the easiest thing, to access the physical, and hopefully through the physical your mind and the rest of the other realms of your life will start to feel the same way. So by being more adaptable in your body, in your practice, maybe you become more fluid also in your mind and in your behavior. You're not stuck in your old ways, you try to experiment something new. So that's all I try to do with these classes. Changing the physical in order to access the non-physical. Whatever you want to call that. So take a few last breaths here. Longest inhales, longest exhales, both through the nose. I stopped encouraging the Ujjayi breath since I discovered that it's not really that good for your vocal cords and a bunch of other structures in your throat. I'm not going to go into detail on that one. Feel free to do it. It's not super bad if you don't do it all the time, of course, but I just don't encourage people to do it anymore. So just breathe normally in and out through the nose. Trying to take as much air in and then trying to kick out as much air as possible. Inhaling and exhaling softly through the nose. And as you take the next inhale, join the palms of the hands together in front of the chest. Shoulders away from ears, still long spine. And as you exhale, drop just the head towards the chest. Already this action alone makes you feel a nice stretch at the back of the neck. And as you take the next inhale, just open up your eyes. gently. And let's exhale to twist towards the right side. Inhale to the center. Exhale to twist towards the left. Inhale middle. Exhale to the right. Inhale middle. Exhale to the left. Good. Let go of the block if you have one. If you were sitting on one, that is. And then just find your tabletop, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we just explore the spine. Feel free to do any movement in whichever speed and however big or however small you want to do it. Just keep the core engaged and keep the breath going. You should be fine, whatever it is you choose. So I'm going here for a few snaky movements, really isolating each vertebrae. Vertebra, right? Because vertebrae is the plural. I never really remember which one's correct, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you can also go from side to side. Side bending. Going the other way. In the meantime, you're also warming up your wrists, your shoulders, your hips. You can go more actively into that by doing circles around the hands. You can also circle the head and the pelvis. Passing through that nice curving of the spine, protraction of the shoulders, stretching out the whole back part of your torso. Just explore. Be curious about your body, what it can do, what it wants to do right now. Maybe you want to move really small, maybe you want to move really big, maybe you want to be really fast or slow. You decide. You can also decide to stay on your toes or on the tops of your feet. See the difference. And also maybe find movement that is not so square, that plays more with the diagonals. And that is not so like perfectly symmetrical right and left, but just like move around. Good. And then just find stillness, slowly walking the hands just a tad forward, placing the toes on the floor as you inhale, and then as you exhale, find your down dog. Feel free to walk your dog, bending one knee, then lengthening the other, all the while pushing the floor away and sending the sit bones towards the sky. Feel free to do all sorts of movements here. You can also side bend, sending the heels to one side, and keep sending your hips high, moving the other way or the other side. Whatever helps you to warm up, whatever helps you to connect to the movement, to connect to your body, and with that fluidity, that creativity. And then slowly finding your down dog. Keep walking your feet to the front, bending the knees as much as you need to. And then you arrive, feet hip width apart, knees bent. Relax the torso on top of the legs. And then just looking to the right, to the left. You maybes, right ear to the right shoulder, left ear to the left shoulder. And releasing a few yeses. Good. From here, take an inhale to roll out through the spine. One vertebra at a time. As you arrive, you exhale, bend from the hips and allow the chest to lead the way down. Inhale to roll up. Exhale, the chest leads the way down. Inhale, the last one. Open. Chest. Exhale. Release. Bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart, or keep your feet hip width apart. Feel free to do whatever you want, but do one or the other and be mindful of that decision. So you decide to do this one, so you try to come back to this one all the time, or you decide to do this one and you try to come back to this one all the time. So as you inhale, open the chest and float the hands up, keep the glutes and the core engaged. As you exhale, allow the chest to lead the way forward and bending from the hips. So try not to go back towards your heels, stay more on the toes. Inhale to open. Exhale to release. Inhale to open the chest. Place the hands wherever you want to place them to help you in this action. Exhale to release. Inhale to open. Exhale to step back into your first plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Touch the floor. Inhale into your wide cobra. Fingertips on the floor, elbows going back. Exhale to release. Inhale to wave it up. Exhale to wave it down. Inhale, wave it up. Glutes engaged. Exhale, wave it down. Inhale into your all fours. Exhale into your down dog. Inhale, the right foot floats towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the forehead. Inhale, huge circle with the right knee all the way around. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, the left foot floats. Exhale, left knee towards the forehead. Inhale, the left knee circles all the way around. Exhale, down dog. Inhale and down dog. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward. And as you inhale, step, open the chest. Exhale to release. Uttanasana. Inhale, this time the top of the head is going to take you up, so you come up with a long spine, open the chest, float your hands. And as you exhale, finding your Tadasana. Moving on to Surya Namaskar B, inhale to open, finding your chair pose. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale to go into your plank. Inhale in plank. Protract the shoulder blades. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, or full chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog or cobra. Keep choosing. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, wave yourself forward into your plank. Exhale, wave it back, down dog. Inhale, wave yourself forward into plank. Exhale, bend the knees and send your hips back into down dog. Inhale, wave. Exhale to send the sit bones back and up. As you inhale, the right foot floats up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the right foot close to the right thumb. Inhale, fly up into your high lunge. Exhale, flow back down. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows close to body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or any chest opener. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, the left foot floats. Exhale, left foot close to the left thumb. Inhale into your high lunge. Exhale, flowing back down. Inhale here in your low lunge. Exhale, chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin, keep choosing. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay here breathing, or go into your child's pose and stay here breathing, your choice. Feel the breath going in and out through the nose. If you choose to stay in down dog, make sure that you're rooting down through the inside part of your palms. So avoid this and encourage that. And then you can grab, imagine that you want to do that on the floor. So you try to grab the mat with your fingers, if that makes sense. One last inhale in dog. Exhale, bend the knees and look to the front. As you inhale, step, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Try not to send your weight back as you are in Uttanasana, and also as you're going in and out of it. So as you come out, this time we're going to go into chair pose. Inhale, and then as you exhale, Tadasana. One more. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, straight away into Chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right foot floats. Exhale, right foot goes to the right hand. Inhale, side lunge and huge circle with the right hand all the way around. And let's do another one. Exhale to come back into low lunge. Lower the back heel. Inhale, left hand followed by the right to find your warrior two. Exhale, right hand followed by the left. Inhale here. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Engage the glutes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the left foot floats. Exhale, bring the left foot close to the left hand. Inhale, side lunge. Outside edges of both feet. Circle with the left hand all the way around. Come in and open it again. Wow. Exhale to come back. Lower the back heel. Inhale to find your warrior two. Exhale to go back down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Come back to the breath. Try to find that thing that I talked about in the previous down dog that we held. So the insides of the hands really rooting down towards the earth. That will help you to keep all these structures above the hands safe. The wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. Encourage that lifting of the inner arches of the feet. That will also protect the structures above the feet, the ankle, the knee, the hip. One last inhale in dog. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Inhale to step. Open the chest. Exhale to release. Inhale, strong Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit back. Exhale, Tadasana. Breathe here. Breathe everywhere, but come back to your breath. Try to lengthen it, try to calm it down. Free to keep your eyes open or close them. And then let's keep flowing. So root down through your feet. Choose if you want to have your traditional Tadasana or a more anatomically neutral Tadasana, let's say. As you inhale, you open the chest and float the hands up. Engage the glutes. Exhale, allow the chest to go forward. So that's what I meant. Try not to do that. Try to go forward. It feels like you're going to fall, but if you fall, you can catch yourself with your hands. Inhale to open, same story. Try not to go back. Try to stay on your feet. And then as you exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right foot floats. Exhale, bring the right foot close to the right hand. Inhale, fly up into high lunge. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Inhale, transfer the weight into your warrior three. Exhale, tap the left knee outside of the right calf. Inhale. Exhale to tap. Strong glutes. Inhale. Exhale to tap. Inhale. Exhale to place the foot back. Inhale to fly up. Whoop. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Inhale, low lunge to the back. Exhale to lower your hips. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Inhale, fly into your warrior three. Exhale, right knee outside of the left calf. Inhale. Exhale to touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keeping that strong, nice balance. Exhale, lower the foot. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest and chin or Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or Cobra. Exhale, down dog. As you inhale, the right foot again floats up. As you exhale, the right foot comes close to the right hand. Inhale into high lunge. Exhale, hands in front of the chest or on your hips. Inhale, transfer into warrior three. And this time the stay. So try to engage the muscles of your back. Bring your shoulder blades together. Try to have the hips leveled, meaning not above or lower. Try to keep it more or less on the same level. Feel free to bend the right knee, but try to lengthen the left one. Exhale to lower. Inhale into high lunge. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Inhale to create some extra length here. Exhale, left elbow outside of the right knee and twist. Same story here. We try to keep the hips leveled. Try not to drop too much the left hip. And then, keeping those hips really stable there, we try to open. We try to twist in the chest. Exhale to look down. Inhale to fly up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale, Skandasana back to the front, the original front. And then as you inhale, you're doing a low lunge on this side. Exhale to lower your hips. Inhale to fly up. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. And as you inhale, your warrior three on the other side. Leveled hips, strong core, definitely strong glutes. Top of the head away from the right heel, muscles of the back engaged. Breath calm, strong balance. Exhale to lower, inhale to fly. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Inhale to create some extra length. And as you exhale, the right elbow outside of the left knee. Again, I try to have the hips parallel. So what I mean is that the distance between the right hip and the floor is the same as the distance between the left hip and the floor. Or we try to achieve that at least. And then we twist from the chest. Exhale to look down. Keeping the balance, inhale to fly. Keeping the balance, exhale to lower down. Inhale here. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in your dog. Or maybe find any seated position that you might want to have. Maybe placing the backs of the hands on the thighs or going full on into your Balasana, your choice. Try to calm your breath down, to lengthen your breath again. We move on into our next sequence. So find your down dog. As you take your next inhale, this time the left hand, the left foot, you got the left hand, will float up. And then as you exhale, bring the left foot close to the left hand. Lower the back heel. Inhale, find your warrior two, but soon we will flow here. So this is what we're doing. I don't really know how to cue this. Just make some waves, some circles with your arms. You bend the leg, and then you straighten it, and you go to the other side. You bend it, and then you straighten it to go to the other side. Just finding this sort of like arm motion in your kind of warrior two situation, even though the feet are not in a warrior two situation anymore. But you know what I mean. And then we find warrior two again. Exhale to come back down. Inhale to lift the heel. Exhale, Skandasana. Wow, fly. Inhale to the back. Exhale to lower the heel. Inhale, find your warrior two. Reverse it, and then switch. We're going to do it a little bit slow motion. So you see you lengthen the leg, then you bend the leg to go towards it. You kind of switch directions to go to the other side. This leg lengthens, the other one bends, and then you keep going. Don't think about it too much, it should come quite naturally. And then finding warrior two. The right leg is bent. Exhale to lower down. Inhale here. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Engage the glutes. Exhale, down dog. As you inhale, the left foot will float again. Exhale, left foot close to the left hand. Inhale, warrior two. And now we're going to try to find a sort of a arabesque mixed with half moon. So it's a bad half moon mixed with a very bad arabesque. Feel this side core activating, this glute activating, and try to stay in this frontal plane. Exhale, find your warrior two. Lengthen both legs, maybe bring them a little bit closer together. Heels in the same line. Send your right hip back. Send your pelvis back as you send your left hand forward. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until you can't anymore. And then you either place the left hand on the left shin, or on the ankle, or you grab the big toe, or you place it on the floor, whatever you prefer. But make sure that that helps you to create length in the spine and in the legs for your Trikonasana. So we are obviously lengthening the right side of the torso, but try not to curve the side too much. So you want to try to send this back and this forward. So you try to create some sort of length here as well. Keep the rib cage in, keep the core active, keep the shoulder blades going away from each other. And then take a nice long inhale to fly up into your warrior two, shuffling that back foot a bit more back, and then as you exhale, cartwheeling your hands back down. Inhale to lift your hips. Exhale, Skandasana back to the original front. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, lower that left heel. Let me shuffle myself a bit more back. Inhale, left hand followed by the right. Find your warrior two first. And then transfer the weight towards that right foot to find that arabesque mixed with half moon sort of balance. So you send your right hand to the front, your left hand and your left foot to the back, and try to find this frontal plane and lift yourself up at the same time. Exhale. Warrior two. Lengthen both legs. Both heels are on the same line. One heel is behind the other. Extend the hips back and send your right hand forward. Imagine you want to touch something in front of you, but then you can't anymore, and that's why you start to go down. So you approach the asana from a lengthened place. Always a good option to use a block here. Place the block under your hand. If you find that it helps you to create that asana. Otherwise, place the hand on the floor, on your ankle, grab the big toe on your shin. We just try to keep lengthening both sides of the torso, especially the right. Fly up into warrior two. Shuffle your back foot a bit back and your front foot a bit forward. Exhale, cartwheel your hands back down. Inhale here, lift the heel. Exhale, knees, chest and chin or Tadasana, keep choosing. Inhale, upward facing or Cobra. Exhale, down dog. You're free to stay in down dog, or to go into your Balasana, or to find some sort of seated position and just relax there. Try to lengthen the breath, try to deepen the breath. Enjoying this heat being created, this mobility being explored and encouraged. If you went out of your downward facing dog, come back to it. One nice last inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Inhale to step or float, opening the chest as you arrive. Try to keep the weight going towards the toes. Exhale, Uttanasana. Try not to hang on your joints, but try to stack them on top of each other. Inhale, top of the head floats. Open the chest, both the hands. Exhale, Tadasana. And straight away, start bouncing. Bending the knees. Try to send them in the same direction as your toes. So if your toes are facing the side, your knees will also face the side. But why would you do that? I mean, if it feels comfortable for you, sure. I'm going to stay with parallel. And just find this nice bounce. Allow it to travel all over your body, so maybe your shoulder blades start going up and down as a result of the bounce. You're not doing anything. Maybe your head becomes a little bit looser, your neck. Maybe your heels start lifting off the floor as a result of the bounce. Your toes also leave the floor. And keep this bouncing idea. So every time we land, we bend the knees. And connect to your inner child. Enjoy the jumping the bouncing. And slowly allow the toes to look down again. Just the heels are lifting. And then the heels root down again. And you're back to your original bouncing. Challenge yourself to keep breathing in and out through the nose. It's hard. I noticed that I was breathing through the mouth. It's also a little bit harder for me because I'm speaking at the same time. So you guys try to breathe in and out through your nose as much as possible. And then slowly allow that bounce to gently fade away. Don't suddenly stop it. Just allow it to gently disappear. And see how your body doesn't really want. It wants to keep on going, right? So you allow yourself to gently stop and feel the echo of the movement all over your body, some sort of excitement going on here. I'm feeling it right now, a bit here as well. So connect back to the earth, tone everything down. If it becomes too much, if not, just enjoy it and allow it to be. When you do a lot of yoga for a long period of time, sometimes you forget certain small things like jumping. You don't really jump in yoga, right, in a traditional yoga class. But why not include some jumps? And it's so good. It's a different kind of movement. It's a different kind of action dynamics. So try to switch things up a bit now and again. Do some swimming, do some running, do some climbing, do some elastic bands. I really love those lately. Just try to have variety in your movement practice, please. So let's come back to the front of the mat if we moved around. Take an inhale to fly up, open the chest. Exhale, the chest takes you forward and down. Inhale, top of the head goes away from the sit bones. Exhale to find your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or Cobra. Engage the glutes, engage the core. Exhale, down dog. Wave yourself forward into a plank. Lift your right leg, come to your left fingertips, and maybe lift them off the floor for your upward plank. Try to bring your left elbow back and your right knee forward. Find your upward plank again, and lower down. Quickly into down dog. Have a moment there. Find your plank again. Other side, lift your left foot. Come onto the right fingertips. And maybe lift the right hand as well. And then maybe try to send your right elbow back and your left knee forward. Keeping this plank idea. Send it back into upward plank. Not that this other one wasn't awkward. And then lower the hand and the foot. Down dog. And have a sit. Quick one. Just so we don't stay too long on the wrists. Reconnect to the breath, lengthen it. Find your down dog again. Inhale to lift your right foot up towards the sky. Exhale to bring the right knee towards the chest. Send the right foot under you towards the left, like so. Lift your left hand up. Exhale to almost touch the hips on the floor. Come onto both of your heels. Inhale to fly up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hips down. Open the legs. And find your Upavista Konasana. Make sure that you're sitting on your sit bones. So sink your glutes back. Toes facing the sky. And then you just lengthen your spine in between your legs. Keep sending the top of your head away from your sit bones. Inhale to fly up. Exhale, place that right hand back on the mat. Find a kind of a 90-degree angle between your legs, and then find yourself up. Again, left hand to the floor. Lift the right foot up towards the sky as you inhale. Exhale to lower down. Other side, inhale, the left foot floats. Exhale, bring the knee towards the chest and send the left foot to the side. Send the right hand up. Take a nice long inhale here. Exhale, hips almost touch the floor. Come onto both of your heels. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to lower down. Maybe do this one again. If you want to change it up a bit, maybe go for Supta Baddha Konasana, sorry. Send your glutes back, sit on your sit bones, and then I prefer to do this, flexing my feet, instead of this. Me personally. You see how you feel in your knees, how you feel in your SI joints back there. For me, this makes more sense to flex the feet and then to send my chest forward and away from my sit bones. As you inhale, you come up. Find again this sort of, people call this different names. I call it starfish. So find your starfish. Right hand on the floor. Lift the left foot up as you inhale. As you exhale, down dog. Good. Down dog. Go into plank. Plank. Maybe flip the hair to the other side. Plank, go into Chaturanga. And then maybe rock here, front and back. And exhale to release. Oof. Circle yourself all the way around. In such a way that you're lying on the mat, belly up. And then from here, start sending your legs how low you can lower your legs without lifting the lower back off the floor. If you see that your lower back starts lifting up, lift the legs. Lower back onto the earth. Good. Bring the knees onto the chest. Rock yourself forward and back until you stop in front. Send your legs back. And then we're going to lie on our bellies. Right hand to the side. Look towards the left and send your left foot behind you. Stay here. If you want to go a bit further, you can join the right foot with the left and finding this weird situation. So I feel a nice stretch on my right pecs, on the front side of my right shoulder, and actually a bit also on my bicep. And also we are obviously twisting. We're trying to send the left hip down as our chest is in this kind of locked situation here. So that's what creates the twist. Slowly, mindfully come back. Feel the difference between one side and the other. And then we're going to do it to the other side. So lengthen the left hand away from you. Look to the right. The right foot escapes and touches the floor behind your left leg. This is enough. Stay here. Enjoy. Breathe. If you want to go further, you can place that left foot also on the floor and staying here on this exorcist kind of moment. Don't block the breath, keep the breath going. And then release everything on an exhale. And then from here, we're going to bring that right leg to the front. Find a moment here first without any hands. Try to stay just on your lower right leg and on your left toes. And you're kind of balancing on top of that. And then you allow yourself to go into your Supta Kapottasana. Stay on your elbows or go all the way down onto your forehead. And just breathe here. Try to relax your jaw. Keep the hips parallel, meaning the right hip is not higher or lower than the left. Inhale to come out of it. Transferring the left leg to the front, sending the right leg to the back. Finding first that active pigeon. Try to find it. Engage the core, ribs in. And then finding your Supta Kapottasana full on, staying on your elbows or going all the way down onto your forehead. Back leg is long. Shoulder blades are relaxed. As you inhale, you lift up. Bring the leg forward. And finding your Tadasana. So bringing your legs close together. Lengthen your knees. Flex your feet. Send your glutes to the back. Sit on your sit bones. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold forward. Feel free to grab the mat, your calves, your ankles, your feet. Feel free to place a block under your feet so you can grab the block and create more length. Keep the breath going, keep the kneecaps lifted. Don't relax this, keep it lifted. Have your quads work so you can better lengthen the antagonistic muscles, which are the hamstrings. And this is also why we are flexing the feet, so we can also engage this front part and better lengthen the back part. So the whole back chain, the whole posterior chain of our body is lengthening. Inhale to come out of it. Right foot inside of the left thigh. I like to open my right leg quite a lot. So actually my thigh is parallel to the back of the mat and the front. And then I go towards my left foot. And this way I feel a really nice stretch here on my right QL. Quadratus lumborum. Inhale to come out of the situation and switch. Right leg to the front. Bring your left leg back. Still trying to stay on your sit bones. There's a reason why they're called sitting bones. It's the bones on which you should sit and then fold on top of that right leg. Keep the breath going. Maybe now a lot longer and a lot deeper than in the thick of the practice when we're moving a lot and working the core, balancing and all of that. Maybe now the breath is a lot softer, a lot longer, a lot deeper. Inhale to come up. Then send your feet parallel, hip width apart. Same story with the knees. Hands a little bit behind your hips. Just to find your reverse tabletop. So, most of us tend to stay here. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my glutes so that I force my pelvis up. And this way I'm already feeling a nice stretch here on the anterior aspect of my shoulders, the front part of the shoulders, even in the biceps And then to feel it even more, I'm going to send my hips forward and down, close to the heels. And now here, by bending the elbows back, then I for sure feel it a lot on the front part of my shoulders. Good. Prop yourself out of it. Then place your heels mat width apart. Send your knees to the left. Place your left foot on top of the right knee. And maybe just bring your right foot a little bit more back, so it's a bit safer on the knee. Then your hips, we want to go to the left. But you're going to go ahead and say, no, 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 my hips come back down to the floor. And now we are creating internal rotation at the hip. You're bringing this down, but because the leg is going there, the leg internally rotates. If you want to go further, you send that right shoulder back, and then you should definitely feel it. Somewhere deep in your right hip. Even back there on the glutes or somewhere back there. It's different for everybody. Some people feel it in different spots. But it's all good, because that's exactly what you should be feeling. If you feel it there, it's because you need to do it and you need to feel it there, kind of, in this situation, of course. So for me, I feel it on my here. I'm not sure if it's the glutes per se, or if it's something a little bit deeper than the glutes, but it's somewhere here in the back. It's a good pain. It's not like a sharp, bad pain that I'm like, oh, I need to get out of here. It's, you know, when you're doing it, when you're doing yourself good and when you're doing yourself harm, right? So this one is a good one. Then gently we're going to come out of it, sending the knees to the right. Placing the right foot on top of the left knee, bend the left knee a bit more, and then instead of allowing the hips to go, we tell them to come down. Same story. This foot is here to lock that knee down so it doesn't lift up. And then you send your left shoulder blade back. It's funny because on this side, I feel it more here. So on the inside part of the thigh, of the hip, the groin, this area here. So it means that maybe on this side, this part is a little bit, it's needing the stretch more than whatever it is that I was feeling on the back on the other side. And watch out for those things, become curious about them. Maybe go after the practice and research a little bit about what muscles are there, and you know, why would you be feeling it on one side, on one place on one side, and another place on the other side. I tell you, anatomy is really interesting. Once you get past all the weird names, and it's actually very, very simple. I mean, simple. It's a little bit too much. It's not simple at all, but it's fun. It's interesting. That's what I wanted to say. Then you come out of it, and you gently find yourself in your Shavasana. So lengthening. If you have a bolster or something of the sort, a pillow or something, it's good to place it under your knees. I don't have it, so I will demonstrate with these blocks, which is a little bit weird because they're not, comfortable at all. But something that's fluffy and nice, but has some elevation to it, place it under the knees. Why? So you can easily do this action that I'm now doing with the hands. If you have your knees bent, you will go better into this position of the pelvis. If you don't have the knees bent, there's a tendency of people to do this. Yeah, so we try to avoid that. We try to have our lower back really long, And then the same story with the neck. We try to send the head back so you can lengthen your cervical spine. Rest the backs of your hands on the floor. Let go of the breath, let go of your legs, your arms. You don't need to control anything anymore. And then hopefully by the end of this Shavasana that you will stay for a while in, right? You will feel all those things that we talked about in the beginning. Very creative, very fluid, flowy, very capable to adapt, full of life, and just be a little bit more like water in your body, but also in your mind. So that is my goal with these classes. As I said, from the body, trying to reach the more subtle aspects of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure that you stay in Shavasana for a little while. And I'll see you on the next video, hopefully. Namaste.